Yeah! Scream 6!
Baby.
Let's go. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Lethal Collective. How's it going, everybody? We're doing a non-spoiler chat. I just want to get that out of the way immediately. No spoilers today, so please don't put them in the comments. We're not going to talk about them. Just no spoilers. Let's just hold off on that. We'll talk about it Monday with y'all, though.
Yes.
How's everyone doing, by the way? What's up?
Well, we're doing good, right? We're doing good. It's Scream 6 day, and we missed Night being here, but that's okay. He'll be with us Monday for spoiler talk. So again, not to absolutely repeat everything Jake just said, our amazing friend Jake, but I'm going to say it one more time, just to reiterate it, Jake. Okay, one more time. This is a spoiler-free stream. That means anything we say tonight is not going to be specific plot points, specific character points. It's vague and ambiguous on purpose. But Monday is the show to plan for. That we're going to come back, we're going to open up the package, and we're going to dump it all out on the stream. All right? Full spoiler stream Monday. So, guys, we appreciate your cooperation, please. And don't make our mods kick you out of the stream. We don't want that. We want you to be here. So play by the rules, you stay. All right, that's all we're asking for, please. All right.
Yes.
Fate, tell us how you're doing, buddy.
I'm doing wonderful. We're here. It's all Scream 6. I'm getting killed in my comment section over on Fate Decided because of some of my thoughts. I haven't even gotten into spoilers on that channel. But one thing I want to say, look, I love if you guys love the movie. I love if you think it's the best movie. I even said I like the movie, and I'll give my thoughts in this live stream. We get to that point. But there's a big difference between criticism and hate. And a lot of people take criticism of something and go, oh, you're just hating. Oh, you're just this or you're just that. Like, I've gotten called a fake fan. I've had people unsubscribe. I've had people literally lose their minds because I had some criticism. I didn't even tell you what the criticism was because I didn't want to get into spoilers. I just said I have some things and some issues with this film that really disappointed me. And people are acting like I said that, like I killed their cat or something. Like,
of course they are. Yeah, of course that's gonna happen.
It is so
it's the internet.
I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious. Like, people think like they do stuff. I like reading those comments because they're just entertaining to me. But I know a lot of people do get hurt by comments like that. I know a lot of people do take offense to comments like that. There is a big difference between criticism and hate. And that's just something I want to, get that out for people. If other creators or there's criticism you have for it, be kind to other people. If you love the movie and it's your favorite movie ever, that's great. I even say in my review that I thought it might be my favorite sequel of the entire franchise. But there's definitely flaws. But we'll get into that later. I just wanted to point that out for other people.
Yeah, so when we talk about this, I personally loved it. Like, if this thing was a human being, I would quit my job and I would marry this thing and do nothing else. But I still have my criticisms. You know what I mean? Like, I still think it has some issues, but I loved it. It was a great time. But Colby S threw $50 in there before we even went live.
Wow.
Holy crap, Colby!
Thank you, Colby.
Thank you so much. That's crazy. Thank you, Colby. Oh my God. Scream 6 tonight. Let me hear your best Ghostface impressions. That's my sexual Ghostface impression. What do you guys got?
My dog's barking. Fate, you go. I'll go after you.
Hello, Sydney. Hello, Sydney. That's a scary movie reference.
I love that. Look at
Surprise.
that on the spot.
When he's like, surprise.
Hello,
Surprise.
Fate Decided.
All right, here we go. Let me
Good
see.
stuff, man.
I'll do my best. This is going to be terrible. Get ready.
You got it, man.
Okay. Get ready for a great movie, Colby. Oh, that's bad.
Hey, you gave it your best, man. We appreciate that.
That's
you
right.
gave it your best, man. Good job. Good stuff, guys. Colby, thank you for the $50.
Yeah, buddy. We appreciate
I hope you got
it.
your money's worth with that. Good stuff, guys. We also got one more from Smells Like Teen Horror, throwing $2 in there, saying right now,
Nice.
wait to see in a 2-time. Nice, a second time. Right,
All right. Good job.
Enjoy,
Good stuff.
man.
I think one thing we can say right up front that we all agree on unanimously is that everyone listening, watching, need to see this movie. You
Yeah.
need to go see it. That's not even that's a no-brainer. I promise you, whether you like the older movies, don't like them, go and make a decision on your own for this movie. Don't let us sway you. Don't let anybody else sway you. I mean, we'll share our thoughts, but that in no way should sway you from saying, I want to go see this. I'm going to buy my ticket and support it. So we get a 7. And I want to make my own mind up, because you may be surprised that you may view it differently than we do, and even on our points of agreement. So I'll start us off just by saying, go see the movie. Like Smells Like, our good friend Smells Like Teen Horror is going a second time. Let's keep it going, guys. Let's keep the money going up for Scream 6.
Let's get this opening weekend to a record breaker. How about that? Wouldn't that be awesome, man? I want to see that happen so bad, especially for this film. So, I want to go around and let's just talk about general overview of the film, like just our general thoughts on it, how we felt about it. Craven, let's start with you, man. What was your overall thought of this film? Like, what would you rate it? How'd you feel about it?
Okay, so I try to make a general rule to not get too crazy on like rankings, and I need a movie to settle in. I think that's the term I used last time. So without having, I've only seen it once so far. And so on a one-time viewing, I will say that I really enjoyed the movie overall. This is just overall. And again, we're not going to get too specific, obviously. But I'll say that there were a couple of things that I wish had been different. We talked a little bit earlier about it, but overall, I thought it was a very good movie. Personally, I like it more than Scream 5. So if any of you out there know my current rankings of the first 5 films, that gives you a little clue. I think that this moved over 5 already, even after one viewing. So, because I'll tell you one thing, the things that I really liked, like they were good, and some of the other things I'll leave them out there for now, but I'll say that the things that I really liked, I liked them enough about this movie to already catapult this over 5. So this is, for me, is higher than 5. But I thought that, and I'll say one thing else. And I don't know how much. Are we just going to do sections at a time, or you want me just to lay it all out? I don't know. We didn't talk
just
about
overview.
This.
We're not getting specific.
Just overview.
Okay,
Just overview. All right, very good. All right, I'll stop there. I have specifics, but I'll get to after we go around.
And we'll talk about whoever we won't say like who the killer or killers are,
right.
You know what I mean? But like we'll say like, did you like them? Did you not like them? You know what I mean? Like general, just very general with the different things. Opening scene. Did you like the opening scene? Did you like the characters? Just stuff like that.
We're gonna get there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get to all of it for you guys. But real quickly before we get to Fate, I do want to say once again, Smells Like Teen Horror threw another 2 in there. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Eric.
Seeing it a third time tomorrow, I kind of like it.
Kind of like it. Well,
he kind of liked it.
Sounds like it, a little bit.
But that's why you're going back. So you're doing the right thing. You keep going back. Make sure the taste simmers right. It wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's great to keep testing the waters to get your view solidified.
Yeah, I need to see it again.
Me too.
There's like I was telling you before the stream, like there's like 2 or 3 things I'm like, I don't know how I feel about them yet. Right now, I'm like, okay, we'll get to that though. I'll shut up. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm that excited to talk about this movie. I'm like, let's go.
Oh, it's hard.
Smells Like Teen Horror. Thank you for the $2 though. I really appreciate that. Rusty Shipley is also throwing 5 in there. We really appreciate the support. Thank you. You got a cute pupper too. Words are hard. Rusty saying this movie was awesome. Maybe not the best sequel to the franchise, but definitely had the most badass ghost faces ever. Nice. I'm glad you think so, Rusty. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for the $5.
Thank you, Rusty. We appreciate you, man.
Appreciate that.
All right, Fate. Give me the rundown. I'm gonna be honest. Before you even say anything, I knew watching it you were gonna hate it.
I didn't hate the movie again.
Right, not hate. Right,
you're being a troll, Jake. Don't be a troll.
Is that what I said? You're a fake fan, Tyler. Okay.
He's the one chatting in your comments.
Yeah, he's the one.
It was
the one creating screen names.
God.
Oh my God! I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up. Sorry, Fate. It's yours.
Like I said, there's a difference between criticism and hate.
Yes.
Right? I like the
It's
movie.
true.
I thought it was very well done. I thought the settings were great. I thought the overall film itself, I thought the pacing was fantastic compared to 5. Like Scream 5, I thought was just like boom, 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 boom. And it's just like you never got to really take anything in. This time, I thought everything was very well paced. The scenes that you needed to digest, they allowed you to digest. Ghostface was brilliant. I thought everything about this film was really well done. But there were a lot of just blatant holes, a lot of just blatant issues that were just very frustrating, and a bunch of things that I was like, really, we're going down this road. And it just, there were things that really just were too much to overlook. That doesn't mean I didn't like the movie. It just means that like I thought that they should go a different direction with some of this stuff. I thought that some things should have been handled or approached in a different manner, right? And again, it's hard to really have people understand my points when I can't really like explain
That's what makes these streams fun, right?
Well, yeah, it's not even like I'm not worried about like spoiling anything, but I see so many people that are like, like in the review, in like the non-spoiler review, that are like, oh, I don't know how you can do it. And it's like I can't unless you know what points I'm talking about, because you might be somebody that's like, I don't understand it, but when I explain it to you, you go, oh, I completely get what you're saying now. You're right about that. And it might change your opinion on my view of the movie entirely. People are just like, oh, you hate this movie, because you didn't like certain elements. And it's like, no, if I didn't like, 2 or 3 scenes in the movie, doesn't mean I didn't like the whole movie. But I did. I thought it was fine. I thought the pacing, I thought overall, generalized view, I enjoyed the movie. This might be my second favorite in the franchise. I thought they did a lot of things different. I thought they did a lot of things fun. It was a fun ride, without a doubt. But there was just some blatant stuff that just really bothered me. And I was just like. But we'll dive into that on Monday and when I do my spoiler review. But Jake,
it's gonna be great. I genuinely cannot wait to talk spoilers with all you guys.
Me too, bro.
If Knight's not there, I'm gonna lose my mind. Like, he has to be there. I'm gonna call him. I'm gonna call him Monday morning. Be like, dude, be on the stream.
Drive to Maine, and kidnap him or something, bro. We gotta have him here.
I'm telling you, I can't wait to. I'm going on several Fate rants. Believe
me. I'm ready for it, man. Well, here's what I'll say.
Show on Monday.
It might be a longer show for sure. What I'll say about it is I knew, so with Scream 5, walking out of the theater, I was like, people are going to hate that movie. I was like, man, there were some risks that one took that I was like, I don't know, man. Even I was on the fence about some of them, like the Dewey death, for instance. This movie takes a lot of risks, so much so to the point where it's almost where it doesn't work, but I think everything does in a weird way. We all kind of unanimously agreed. I think it does have one big issue that's like just glaring. It's like they should have fixed that. Fate, we talked about it earlier. Pretty sure we agree on that. But I will say I can say like something's obvious, right? I can't say what that is specifically, but do you think I'll get in trouble for saying that? A killer in this movie, if it's one or multiple, I think is really obvious. And I feel like it works. I feel like it still works with how this movie's laid out. It's not your typical Scream format. We're doing something a little different here. I think for me, it didn't bug me that much. If this was, if this applied to Scream 2, Scream 3, any of those movies, different story. You know what I mean? It would be a totally different way to criticize it, I think. But I really like how this movie was set up. It was very different. I don't know. I had a blast. I had a blast with this film. Maybe the best theater experience of my entire life. Like, people were clapping, going, "Oh my God, this is insane!" This is insane. The opening scene is glorious. Like, just a glorious. It's my favorite opening scene, without a doubt. Like, not a doubt in my mind. I knew that after. Like, people were clapping after the first 10 minutes. It was nuts. I don't know. Great theater experience. Really fun movie. It did things that I've been wanting to see the Scream franchise do for years now, and like almost all the things. I have a checklist. You know, I got a whole checklist of things that I talk about constantly, big talking points, and this movie hit on like almost all those things I wanted to see. So I was very, very happy with the film overall. But let's start getting more into like little tiny specific things though, everybody, because we can't talk spoilers, obviously, just a reminder. But I do want to talk about a few like little things, just how we felt about things that of course are going to happen in a Scream film, which is the opening scene. Let's talk about that a little bit. Craven, opening scene thoughts. What did you think about it?
Yeah, first I want to say hi to David Smith, who just put a chat in. Great to see you too, David. Thank you, man. Okay, opening only. Just talking about the opening only.
Yeah, you know, no details,
Okay.
but just give us an
Yeah, yeah,
overview of your thoughts on it, you know?
All right, I'm going to put some in the private chat because I want us to be unified here.
So, Craven,
let
what
me- go
I
ahead.
will say is, like I just said a minute ago, I was like, I think one of the killers is obvious, but I'm not bothered by that. Now, you know, like I don't feel like that's a detail. You know what I mean? I feel like that's just a criticism of the overall film. That's not a spoiler.
Okay. All right. What do you guys think about that?
yes, that's-
you got with that?
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, no, you're
All
fine.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is ambiguous on purpose because it's non-spoiler, but this opening was different. It broke the mold. I got to be careful. It's a very different opening than all of you are expecting right now, if you haven't seen it. And that is one of the things I talked about earlier that I liked. I loved it. If I liked it, I literally liked it. I love the opening for this movie, hands down. Now, it does not unseat Scream 96 for me. I'm not getting crazy. Like I say, I'm going to wait on ranking stuff because it's too raw. But I will tell you this: it's going to rank high for openings because I thought it was because of the it's it's different, and because of why it's different, I dig it, and I was surprised by it in a lot of ways. One day I will tell you exactly how I was surprised, but it was very surprising. I enjoyed it. It was fresh. That was like Radio Silence cashing in on their statement of basically doing things their own way. I mean, you know, I'm paraphrasing here, but we've all been talking about we want to see something new, right? From Radio Silence. I thought the way they did this, oh, hey, Chris, you're on your way to see it tonight.
Hey,
From Discover Montreal. Dude, we're going to talk, brother. We're going to talk tomorrow because this soon. Anyway, I had to say hi to Chris while I'm talking. Have fun, Chris. Enjoy it. But I'll leave it at this for the opening. If I think you're going to dig it. I think anyone hearing my voice, I'll be surprised if someone doesn't like the opening. Sure, someone probably won't, I'm sure. But it could be because it's too different. But I really think it's great. So I give 2 thumbs up, guys, on the beginning. Yep. That's all I'll say for now.
Hell yeah. Good stuff. Mr. Fate decided.
opening scene was absolutely trash. No, I'm just I just
I believed you. I believed you for a second. Okay.
No, but no. On a serious note, though, is that like it did? It's something that we talked about: creativity, do something different, break the mold a little bit. And I thought that they really did that. You know, I as far as like rankings go, I think this is up there with Scream 2, in my opinion. I really like Scream 2's opening scene, that like public kill of just in the theater. People thought it was a
that was really
publicity
good.
stunt. Like I thought it was just it was just such a creative idea. This is up there with that. Me personally, 96. I just think that broke them, like what it did for the first. Like I'm old enough to have been alive when that actually was released. So
Same.
like, you know, so it's one of those things, like the feel and the impact, the like, you know,
Yep.
believing she was the final girl and turns out she dies 5 minutes in. Like that is such a huge thing, right? But this film, I thought, for just not following the simple same Scream mantra and you know, of like, here's this established, now go and, you know, play it out exactly how you know it's going to play out. It kept you guessing, which I thought was nice. Kind of kept like you all of a sudden, if you're reading a book, it's like you turn the next page, you're like, oh, this is something different. Oh, but it's all the same book, and you're just like, man, this is crazy. That's what I enjoyed about it. But yeah, I did. I thought the opening scene was fun. It was a great way to kind of set up, establish. I like that there was significance that tied in to the film. It wasn't just like an opening scene, or it wasn't just kind of like an overview. Like for example, Scream 4, right? You had the two girls in the opening, and yes, there was some significance, right? Who was it, Jenny or whatever? She was the
Right.
one that cheated on Jill with Trevor.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like that was just a passing moment. Like, it's just like you don't like that never really gets established. It's just like this passing moment of like, oh yeah, like, oh, Jenny was the one that cheated, and like you're just like, oh, okay, so that was the girl from the opening scene. If you even made that connection, you might have not even have done it because it's just so much later in the film. Where I thought the opening in this movie, I thought it tied in well with the rest of the film. And that I think is important. And hopefully that's something that continues going forward because, I like when there is significance. Like Scream 2 did that, right? Mm-hmm. The opening scene kills were killed because they were making a sequel. Their names were important. You had that whole scene that made the connection, right? That's what I love. That's what I enjoyed about that. Even Scream 96, like there was the connection to Stu, but also that was their practice, right? That was their practice kill. That was like, all right, we got to shake this off, get our rust out before we go do this. So it made sense. Where I really think, this film established that, did a good job of like, hey, here's the opening. We're going to give you a roller coaster ride, but it's also going to make sense throughout the film and not something that's so far later that you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right. It pieced it together. So anyway, I enjoyed it. What about you, Jake?
Yeah. When I tell you, gentlemen, when I tell you guys that I had a smile from ear to ear and tears coming down my face, I am not kidding. I don't think I've never had that visceral of a reaction to a scene in a movie. I was next to Matt, who, we made Red Right Hand together and all that, and it was just it was just one of the most wonderful moments I've ever had in a movie theater. I was so sold on the movie after that. We were like little girls, like going like, oh my God, oh shit, oh my God, it's crazy. Once again, if I say any more, I'm going to spoil things. Loved it. Like just killer. So good. I don't know. I wouldn't have changed the thing. Like I wouldn't change a shot. I wouldn't change a little tiny lamp on a desk in that scene. You know what I mean? Like it was just from start to finish. I loved it. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, it is like objectively, I think you guys are right. I think the Casey Becker scene is the best in the franchise, like without a doubt. My personal favorite though is this one. It's a personal thing. Yeah, I love it. I've wanted to see this in the franchise ever since I saw Scream 4 for the first time. It was awesome. I don't know. I'm getting emotional just talking about it. I'm like, it's like radio silence went into my brain and just like took that out, and we're like, let's do it. They're living rent free in my head. I believe it. Love it. I don't know. Killed it. Just a great overall scene. Loved it. 10 out of 10. But
so Jake, we got to get moving. What's up? Give us one of your things, dude. Come on.
Yeah. I did that in the theater. People were terrified.
Yeah, just farted.
Working on it all week.
I think the guy next to me is having a stroke.
Oh, y'all want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
True story. So my niece went to see it, and she talked to me about it afterwards, and there was like where they were sitting, there were a group of young, well, probably Jake ages, maybe you're a little bit younger than Jake, early 20s guys sitting there hanging out, like nerdy kind of, just hanging out, talking, whatever. And all of a sudden, one of the guys, this is appropriate for the collective because we go there sometimes. One of the guys made a comment, she overheard it, saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry, guys," and like apparently he passed the gas, let it rip, and so he got up and he walked away, and he never came back. So they determined it was more than
more than a fart.
There was more there. He never returned to the movie, and so I'm like, wow.
I should be laughing, but
I had to share because I thought you might find it a little humorous. I'm just so glad it didn't happen during the movie, because then you would have thought that was a commentary on the movie, but it's not a commentary on the movie. It was before it started. He had some, poor guy missed the Scream 6 premiere night.
Go in the bathroom, take your chonies off, throw them in the trash, pull your pants back up, go finish the movie, wipe your ass. You good?
That's what I would do.
That's
exactly what I would do.
Yep.
That's exactly what I would have done. If I would have done it, I would have, assuming it didn't bleed through your pants, I would have just.
I would have sat and I pooped.
Yeah,
I would have sat.
Throw my underwear in the trash.
I'm going nowhere, and you're going to be here with me.
Hey, who cares?
I'm not missing this movie.
Know you or can see you, so who cares? I'm just some smelly dude in the theater. That's it.
That's hilarious, man.
I'll take it. I'll be the smelly dude. I got to see this movie, man.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Ain't nothing making me leave that.
So I just say that to say, for everyone that's going to see it tonight, tomorrow, going to see it more than one time, just remember, you could be sitting next to the guy that does that, but doesn't get up. It could be
so
worse.
Be careful.
Be careful. Watch yourself. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh man. And poop before you go to the theater.
Take lots of napkins.
A real man would have sat there.
Oh.
Sat there just yep.
Yep. I'm proud of that smell. I'm proud of it. Yep. What's happened?
God.
I did this.
I don't.
You
did this.
You did.
I can't believe it wasn't me. It's
wow.
It's crazy, man. Carrie Crave Cinema is here. What's up, Carrie? How's it going?
Carrie.
Throw $2 in there. Thank you.
Nice.
I can't stay because I am sick, but wanted to say hearts. Thank you, Carrie. We appreciate that. All the love. Thank you.
And
Carrie,
real quick,
I would sit in my shit for you.
Oh, put that into a song.
I'm writing you a song tomorrow, Carrie.
Ed Sheeran's new song is so
I'd sit in
weird.
my blank for you, even take the smell for you. All right, so
you're writing it, man. I love it.
I'm writing it. Hey, real quick, Jermaine's comment at 6:36. Just maybe joining late. Thank you, because this is a spoiler-free stream. I know people are in and out of the stream constantly. There it is. Yeah,
there we go.
So just in case you missed it earlier, thank you. Already ahead of us. If you're joining now, this is a spoiler-free stream. Monday we're gonna tear it up with spoilers. Not today.
Yes. So spoilers Monday, no spoilers today. And if you guys can also try to do that with us, don't put any spoilers in the chat. We would greatly appreciate that. Not everyone's had the chance to see it yet, so we don't want to spoil anybody quite yet. Jermaine, though, welcome.
Yes,
Hope you enjoyed the film. Zoe Crawford, by the way, is also here. I just want to say hello. What's up, Zoe? How's it going, man? Saying, Craven, I hope you're doing better, brother. Jake, I love you. And Fate, you're a sexy beast. Damn right to that last
Wow.
He just wants more of this. That's all it is. He just wants to make more scenes.
I got a new movie coming up, so yeah.
Good.
That's right.
You better get ready.
You guys
Oh,
do
my God.
movies.
Oh,
Bro.
I would kiss you on the mouth if you were here.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Man.
wow.
Well, so we love you too, man. Thanks for being here, brother.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
All right. So next big thing off the docket, I got 4 big things. I think we should just general stuff to talk about. We talked about the opening scene. Let's also talk about the characters this time around. So very different, in my opinion, from Scream 5. But Craven, what are you thinking about character developments this time around? What'd you think about it?
Okay. Another area I thought Radio Silence did a great job with is character development. And believe me, if any of you guys have been on my channel for the last year, you know my number one gripe about 5 over anything else was character development. Maybe the same for all of us. Character development was very limited. And I'm so happy, guys, that in this movie, no specifics, but in this movie, you really finally get to know our core 4, which I'm gonna talk about that on Monday, because that's you guys already that's got roots in my channel, but we'll talk about that anyway. So the core 4 we've been talking about, and of course Gail was returning. We knew that, but specifically the development we get to see in the core four, for me, is what was missing from five. We rarely saw them together in the same room in five, and maybe one or two scenes that were together. But it was so great that we get to see Sam develop. We get to which is another huge thing on my five list. You guys know. But overall, I won't get too crazy here with specifics. I'd rather tread lightly today and just overcompensate on Monday. But I'll say that the character development, Jake, to your question, I thought was leaps and bounds for me ahead of five. Ahead of five.
I agree.
The first four are untouchable, and in my book, they're amazingly written. This was the best character development writing of James and Guy, in my opinion, for sure.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like leave this movie thinking like, darn, I don't know these people. I feel differently about them now than I did. Whether they lived or survived, I won't say. But the time that we had them on screen in 6, dramatically better interaction, in my opinion, than 5. And I feel much better now about especially Sam, because she's the one I had the most issue with in 5, and I stand behind it still for 5. But I think in 6, believe it or not, yes, you're going to hear me say it. I told you guys I'm going open-minded because I want this to be amazing. I think she showed me enough in 6 to show me that she's come around. So I'll stop there.
Nice. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Fate characters. What'd you think?
This, in my opinion, was arguably the best character developed film since '96. I thought they did a really good job developing and touching on all the characters, establishing them, especially the core characters, which was more important than anything, right? Something that we've talked about here, I've talked about on my channel. Like, if you don't develop any other characters but the 4 that you want like to carry on this franchise with, then those are the 4 you need to. And I thought they did a very good job just building these guys and establishing them. Everyone got their shine in this film. Like, literally, all 4 of the main characters all got their shine. It was great. You got the moments with Kirby, you got the moments with Gale. Even like the sporting character, Dermot Mulroney, like characters like that. You got all of like the little doses, right? Where like Scream 5, it was like, here's this character and now they're dead. And it was like, you just introduced them to me.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
like Vince, for example, right? Like Vince, you literally got like a shot of Vince, because I didn't even realize how fast he died. Like, like I really did. Like, and I've watched that movie probably a dozen times now, but I watched it the night before because yesterday I went and saw Scream 6. I watched it Scream 5 again the night before, and I was like, literally, you see Vince at the school, and a minute and 43 seconds later, he's dead. Like, what? Like, I was like, whoa. Like, I was like, talk about like short-lived characters. And, even Wes and them, it was just like very short-lived.
Too short.
And I felt like they did a really good job of establishing them. Like, even like the early Kill characters, I thought they established them to where you bought into it. I really did enjoy just the character development for this film. Sam, I like that they gave her range in this film.
Yep.
Right. They gave her. She was very plain bagel, very stoic in Scream 5.
Yes.
Where this time they really allowed her to kind of just branch out, and you had a couple scenes where you got to see her really kind of express herself and kind of flex that acting muscle a little bit. So I enjoy that, but it was still within the scope of the character, right? So it wasn't this like, over the top type thing. It was just enough of like, okay, she's still that kind of like, medicated person, but she still has some, you could tell she can act, right? So I thought that was good. Tara really shined, Chad really shined, Mindy shined, and that's what you want. At the end of the day, that's what you want. So, yeah. What about you?
Oh,
Jake?
yeah. Yeah, I will admit, to your well, actually, hang on. We got ourselves a super chat real quick from Smells Like Teen Horror again. Thank you for another $2. We appreciate it. Saying this is there's a guy dressed as Ghostface. Crap. Oh,
Wow. Watch out.
run away. Run very fast away. Don't stop running. Thank you so much for the $2 though. I
Thanks,
appreciate
man.
it.
We appreciate you, buddy.
Don't give him a hug. It seems tempting, but don't do it.
Don't
Anyways.
do it. Especially if you ain't gone to the bathroom yet.
Right. Oh yeah, right. Oh,
Oh,
dude, yeah. Stinky
Ghostface.
Ghostface. We were on the same wavelength there,
We were
Craven. Oh my
awesome.
god.
That was great, dude.
That was sick, man. But I hate when I shit my Ghostface robe. That's the worst.
It's the worst.
Oh, dang.
All right, but yeah, character development. Yeah, no, I do agree with you guys. I think that was one of my biggest weak points for 5. I think like especially the side characters, just like
Oh,
they were there and they were gone. You know what I mean? It was like
Yeah.
what? I didn't even really know Wes. You know, I was like, damn, he's gone. You know, but yeah, this film does a much better job at it, and I think it's just a little more focused of a film than 5 was. You know, 5 was a little like we're getting our foot in the door again. You know, we're trying to be Scream. We're trying to bring it back. You know, it had to.
Yep.
It was Radio Silence doing it, but it kind of had to feel familiar, like Wes Craven. So I think it was it was a tougher film to make than this one. If that's a weird thing to say, this feels a little more out of Radio Silence's wheelhouse, where the last one did not. But I think that really served this one. The character development's great. I loved the core 4 as well as the side characters too. I haven't seen a lot of love for like Anika and I'm trying to think like Ethan and I can't remember Liana Liberado's character's her name. I can't remember her name, but she was great. Quinn. I couldn't think of that. off the top of my head. Yeah. No, great characters. The detective, awesome. Like I think everyone, all the side characters, and especially our core 4 were amazing. My biggest standouts were definitely Sam, like without a doubt. Like I think she's solidified herself as like a much better final girl in my mind. Like maybe moving up into my top 10, like low top 10s, but still there. You know, like that's not supposed to be a negative thing, but I'm like, damn, I really like Sam now. And Chad, big time, was a massive standout. Like super funny, pushed the plot forward in a lot of cool ways. He references the core 4, which I don't know if that's a spoiler or not, but I think that's cool. That's not a spoiler.
That's kind of what I was alluding to earlier, because now that you brought it up, not to interrupt your
It's not a spoiler. That's not a spoiler.
I don't think it's a
he
spoiler.
says the words core and 4 at one point.
but let me just ask you this, and I'm not trying to. I guess I am, but I'm not really trying to. But where did you guys, be honest now, the first time you heard the core 4, if you remember, it was in a Lethal Collective episode that I coined that phrase a year. Do you remember that? Like last February, I started saying, guys, I'm calling them the core 4. I never heard anywhere. You remember that?
I said something about that in my review today.
Oh,
I'm
did
like,
you?
I don't
I've
like.
seen
I was like, I'm pretty sure like we've been saying that for like 8 months. Like it was so odd that
I know. I started that. That's all I'm going to say. I believe I started that.
Yeah, I was like, what? That's crazy. Weird.
Anyway,
they must have been listening, listening in. No,
makes you wonder. I
it
doubt
makes
it.
you wonder,
They
right?
said that they say that they watch
That's
videos. I
true.
mean, Radio Silence has said that they've kept an eye on stuff. So
That's cool.
Hey,
Hey,
and I got a thumbnail of mine ended up in a Dead Meat video.
I saw that. That was awesome, man. Oh my
Dude.
god, that was sick.
I'm like, somehow I'm on their radar. At least they saw that. Yeah. So I guess that just goes to show, and you never know.
telling you.
Could be watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Good
Anyway,
stuff.
sorry.
No,
Jake.
you're good. You're good. I was just saying, like, I don't know. Chad was a big standout. Sam was. Kirby was too. I think Kirby, like, I was really worried she just wouldn't play a role in the overall plot, but she does, and she kills it. She's great to have her back. Really, I loved Hayden Panettiere in this. Hopefully, we see more of her in other things. That'd be great. But anyways, Jen Warner just threw $5 in there. Thank you so much, Jen. Appreciate that. I like your Scream 6 poster. That's sick. Saying, Craven, I saw your video about how the directors wanted to top 2 scenes. Do you think they accomplished it?
Ooh. That's a tough one. I'm gonna say no, but very good effort. Like, very good. It's a compliment, but I believe the 2 scenes they reference from the past. It's not a spoiler. It's an article out. We're out in print. I still think those scenes win from Scream 2, but they, I'll just leave it at this. Well, Jake, if something's been shown in the trailer, we can
Yeah.
reference it. We're not
Yeah.
spoiling
Yeah.
anything.
Like we can put details in this. We
Yeah.
can't. We just can't like be like,
Yeah,
oh, you know,
specific, like,
I can't
right.
believe this happened,
This
Scott.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. It went up for several days. So basically, Tyler was interviewed from Radio Silence, and
When was
basically, Tyler Gillett from Radio Silence.
Don't try to hype me up, Craven.
I'm always got your back, bro. Always, always. But no. Basically, a short version is there were two specific scenes, and these scenes are not replicated, so I'm not spoiling anything. But there were two scenes in Scream 2 that they actively wanted to try to push and top for the suspense. One being Gail in the studio, and the other being the scene where Sydney and Haley crawl over Ghostface in the car. Like, they targeted those two. They're big fans of those scenes. They did not replicate them. Like, don't worry, I'm not spoiling anything. But I will tell you this. The ladder scene that we see in the trailer, no spoilers, that is definitely reminiscent. Like, I could tell that was one of the scenes. The ladder scene was very suspenseful, so I'm going to say. And there's other things. I'll leave it off. I won't say any more. But yeah, so to answer your question, Jen, I think the originals still are on top for the specific scenes, but they did a great, great job. And I have nothing but compliments to Radio Silence for going for what they were trying to do for
Heck yeah.
Hallie. That's all. I'll say it like that. Yeah, those, because they were going for it and they were very suspenseful. But it's one thing to say you're really great versus you top something. That's topping something is dude. That's a lot, especially with the history of Wes Craven there. So anyway, so for your super chat answer, Jenny, you got the long answer. I think they came really close to it, and it's at least close to being on par. I'll say it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Well,
Nice.
Jen, thank you so much for the $5. We
Thanks,
do really
Jen.
Thank you,
appreciate
Jen.
it. Unfortunately, everybody, we do got to wrap up real soon here, but I do want to talk about one more thing: just kills and killers or killer. Maybe we got a Roman situation going on here. I don't know.
It
But
be.
could be.
Yeah.
So I'll just, kind of a double whammy here, Craven. Kills in the movie. Did you like them? Did you like them not? And also killers or killer.
Killer or killers, whichever the case. I will say the kills are great. I enjoyed the kills. They don't get too crazy as far as like where it's like unbelievable, like we didn't want to see crazy stuff. I know there's a shotgun scene we've all seen in the trailer a million times, but I thought they were done well. I personally enjoyed the kills. There are a couple I will not talk about now, but we'll on Monday. I'll tell you my favorite kills. There's two that stand out for me. But yeah, kills were great. I thought Radio Silence decided to, let's just say, take their time on some things a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, remember how 5, the kills were pretty quick. Even though they were a lot, they're like, except for Sam's kill, which is beautiful in 5. I love that. That's my favorite kill. But other than Richie being killed in 5, a lot of those kills were chop, 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 done. There was this was more. This again, I'm going to stay really way up here. This was more like chop, 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 stare, and I liked the lingering.
There was a lot of that. There was a lot of slow stuff. Like, without spoiling anything, there was just like slow shit, and it was like, oh man.
Oh, I know.
You ever see like Evil
They
Dead
built
2013?
tension really well.
Well, yeah. Yes to both of you.
Yes to both. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
I felt like it was very reminiscent of that, like how you're just watching something like just awful happen, like as slow as humanly possible. And you're like, oh, what?
Yes.
No, stop.
That's right.
I felt
That's
some
right.
of that here. It was great.
I did too, and that was a distinct difference. I think in 5, they did stay more in the lines of Wes Craven style, but and where it didn't linger a lot. There wasn't a lot of slow stuff. But in this one, yeah, there's a moments, guys, where I'm like, I don't feel like I should be continuing to be looking at the screen. It's like this is uncomfortable, but in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess that's what they were going for.
Yes.
So
oh, absolutely.
I agree 100% for the kills. Now, regarding the killer or killers, whichever it might be, oh boy, this is where I have to be the most careful.
You could just say Ghostface. That
Just-
generalizes.
Regarding
generalizes
Ghostface,
everything.
I like that. I like that.
Regarding
Tyler.
Ghostface,
Just
there we
say
go.
Ghostface in this film.
Yes, regarding Ghostface in this movie, brutal, 100%. There's no doubt about that. The brutal that we all anticipated from the trailer and TV spots, I think they delivered throughout the movie. So I'll give them that. Brutal Ghostface, brutal kills, and I don't think I can say anything else or without. I think.
Did you like the reveal?
Okay, there you go. Thanks, Jake, for helping me out because I'm hitting
Yeah.
the wall here. Did I like the reveal itself? Not
Yeah.
who was revealed, just what was revealed.
Well, yeah. Did you like how
way
it
it
was
was
done?
done.
Did you like who
Yes.
was revealed?
I like how it was done. I did like how it was done.
Yeah.
I also like the little, and this is a very cryptic, but non-spoiler, really, you'll never figure it out. There was a very Scooby-Doo moment in this reveal that I liked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like that. I thought that was cool. I also like the setup. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you have no clue. The setup of the reveal, right?
Yeah.
Was cool. I love that.
You're doing a great job. Can I just say that?
This
Craven?
is hard, man. I'm
You're
trying.
killing it, dude. You are absolutely killing it right now.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm greasing the slide for both of you guys. You can slide off from here. But I'll say that, yeah. So the setup was great. The Scooby-Doo whole thing setup was great. And then the actual reveal, like, of who is behind the mask there was a part of it that I liked. And another part of it that I was kind of like, oh, okay. All right. We're okay.
Yeah.
We're going there.
Yeah.
But there was a little part added to that
Yeah.
that
Yes.
I did not expect.
I feel like a caveman. I'm like, oh,
I know. It's like
I was just making
sketch on the
noises,
wall.
trying not to. But
know.
yes, I
know.
agree. I agree.
But I think if
Wasn't
you've seen the
just
movie,
that.
it makes sense, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
yeah. So
This real quick. The setup to it was so much better. Like so much better. Okay, that's
So
it.
much
Sorry,
better.
I had to get that out. I had to get it out.
100% better. I love this setup much more than the reveal. That's the great way to say it. And honestly, yeah, okay, I'm all I want to say.
now.
Yeah, the setup.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll stop there while I still got some credit on my card because I'm getting close to maxing that sucker out.
I know, dude. I know, man. I want to just go off right now. Like I want to
I
just be
do
like, oh, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, dude.
Spoiler
I
review
feel
for
it,
the
man.
last 5 minutes. No.
Yeah, spoilers right now. No, I'm just kidding. No,
Okay,
kidding.
no, we're kidding.
No. Fate, before we get to you real quick, ZZM has thrown a few bucks in there. We appreciate that so much, man. Thank you. Go Buckeyes. Saying they did something I 100% suggested a year ago. Also following that up with another one saying I owe telling you guys I was wrong about something. Well, ZZM, tell us all about it on Monday's stream where we're
Yeah.
talking spoilers. It's going to be
Hear all
awesome.
about it, yeah.
Because I promise you, all four of us in the collective were right about something and we're wrong about something. I can guarantee it. So we're with you.
Oh yeah. Oh, ZZM, dude, I can't wait to talk about it, man. It's gonna be great. So thank you for the $6. We appreciate that. Fate though, kills and killers. What'd you think?
So the kills I thought were very well executed, right? We had some pretty intense moments, some pretty nice moments. They did a good job of building the tension, like we talked about. They did a good job with that in Scream 5 though too. Like there was some, like the kills were very quick, but you had like Wes's scene. I thought they did a good job of like kind of building that tension, like when they wanted to. But this film, they did that a lot more than they did in Scream 5, right? And I thought like there were some kills that were definitely memorable. a couple kills that were just like, ooh, like those moments, which is what you want in these types of movies. But yeah, I did. I thought that this movie had some of the better kills in the franchise, in my opinion, which was really good. I really liked that. As for the killers, Ghostface. Now, Ghostface, like
Ghostface.
Ghostface. It just, I don't know. It really fell flat for me. I was disappointed in
Fair.
it. I thought it was super obvious from like the beginning. like the first 15, 20 minutes, you're like, yep, that's who it is. And I just thought it was just one of those things. Like I thought the third act in general really fell off for this movie. I thought 3/4 of this movie was brilliant. I thought that third act it almost felt rushed to me. It almost felt like, I felt like they should have paced it out a little better. Just like Ghostface period, it just, it was menacing. They were darker, brutal. Like it was everything we want from a Ghostface, which was nice. I really enjoyed that. Right. But I just thought like the under the mask and the motive and all of those parts that go into it, I just thought was really just lackluster. I was like, I was a little disappointed in that. I was like, you couldn't have came up with something better. Couldn't have done something. There's a million things you could have done, and you went that route out of all routes. I don't know. It just that kind of fell flat for me. But in general, which we've talked about on this channel, like the Ghostface being obvious to me isn't like a huge issue, but because it's one of those, like, I just don't think the element of like who it is as important as it once was. Because like we always talk about, there's only so many characters it could be, right? There's only like a handful of characters, and every Scream movie outside of 3 have had 2. So if there's like 5, 6 characters, 2. I'm saying, Well,
I got to throw Angelina in there. I'm sorry. You know me.
But I can't say that. It's okay. There's a moment in 6 that's pretty interesting, but like. Outside of sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Outside no, you're good.
That's my fault.
Outside of the big reveal, right? I just don't think it's as impactful as it once was. Again, you have like 5, 6 characters. At least 2 are very likely going to be Ghostface. So you basically can narrow it down. So I don't think it's a huge thing, but I felt that if you paid attention early on, you figured it out immediately, and the entire movie is trying to make you believe everything else, and I feel like that kind of takes away from it. I felt like there was other ways that they could have went about that wouldn't have been as obvious, and I think it would have made certain scenes and certain moments more like impactful, because you're just like, okay, well, that's Ghostface. So why is this scene even happening? Because you basically just told us that this is who it is at the 20 minutes in. So like that was kind of like something. But anyway, I enjoyed the kills. I enjoyed Ghostface as a whole, as a package. I thought it was one of the best Ghostfaces in the franchise. Just didn't like the motive. Didn't like the third act. Didn't like the I just wanted more creativity. But anyway, what about you, Jay?
Gotcha. Well, real quickly, we have the Nightwatch Zone dropping in
to
say hello. What's up, man?
Dude, are you there? Are you in the theater?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. What's up?
You're in the theater.
I'm mobile, man. I'm mobile.
So you've seen the movie, right, man?
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, dude. Let's go, man. Knight, real quickly, do you want to give us your non-spoilery thoughts on the kills and killers in this movie?
I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of great intensity. I was on the edge of my seat a couple of times, and I think they did a great job. You know, just having seen it just like a couple hours ago, I was happy leaving the theater, which is a good thing.
Good, man. Good. That's awesome, man. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. I'm excited to talk spoilers with you on Monday, dude. I was literally just telling everyone. I was just telling Craven and Tyler. I'm like, dude, if Knight's not on the stream, I'm calling him Monday morning. I'm like, listen, man, we're talking about spoilers today. I don't care. It's happening.
Right. Right.
But yeah, just to throw my. Oh, did you have something else? Sorry, man.
No. I'm listening.
Hell yeah. Cool. So I just wanted to throw in like just my 2 cents on kills and killers, whatever it is. Brandon McLean, I think, kind of hits the nail on the head here with saying like Billy was obvious, Mickey was obvious, Charlie was obvious, Regina Amber were obvious. It's not that big of a deal. I agree to an extent, but I think that this is the first movie to lean into that, to realize that sometimes it's pretty obvious. And that's why I appreciate it so much. I don't think it's so much about figuring out who it is. It's more about why, and it's more about the character relationships. And I also feel like it's more like, here's the thing. I feel like in the first 20 minutes, which I won't get vague, I will keep this as vague as possible. You can figure out who it is. You can, if you think for 2 seconds, you can figure out who it is. But the characters won't. And it's all, and I can't say why, but the characters won't because of something that's going on in the movie. And in my opinion, I think that's genius. I was like, this is such an interesting angle to take this. I never would have thought of that. And I really appreciate the movie for that reason. I like 20 minutes into the movie, I just gave up on that angle to it. Like I stopped watching it like a Scream film and I started watching it like a slasher movie. And I think that really benefited my first watch of it. Cause I was like, this is so like, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. This is so obvious. But then we got to another scene. Sam gives a line, which I won't say what it is, but I got it. Like in that moment, I was like, oh, okay. I see what's going on here. I understand how they're taking this down a different path. And personally, I feel like we've never seen a Scream movie like that. I've never seen a movie like that leans into something like that and just recognizes this movie understands the format of Scream so well to the point that it can fuck with it so badly. And I love it. I think it's such an interesting new angle to take this franchise down. I loved every minute of this personally. Even if, yes, it was pretty obvious. I think they play into it though, and they kind of make it something new with that angle. And I don't know, personally, I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to explain that whole take on Monday. But I don't know. I loved what ended up happening in the third act pretty much. Even if there was some things that were familiar that I'm not typically a fan of. But what I will say, kills, talking about Night liked that one.
Night picked up on that big time.
You know what I want to say, but I'm not going to say it.
I know.
You know.
Yeah, don't say it.
Telepathy. You guys
Monday,
got it.
Man. We got
Monday. But the kills themselves did not fail to impress, man. I was blown away. Blood, guts, the craziest shit I've ever seen in these movies. I was in no way disappointed. I was like, man, there are some moments here that are reminiscent of like the 2013 Evil Dead, like we were talking about earlier. I'm like, this is really well done. I was really blown away. I feel like this is the first movie where I'm terrified of Ghostface. Like I love Ghostface, but I've always felt like he's been a little like, I feel like he has potential to be even crazier and even more scary. You know, he feels like more of a villain here. Someone left a comment on my video saying that. Like, this is the first one where I really felt like Ghostface was this like evil, like just an evil villain, you know? And I totally agree. I could lose sleep over this Ghostface. This was a really scary film, and I enjoyed it from the moment it started to the moment it ended. I thought it was great. There's an after the credits scene, by the way. If you don't know about that, stay till the end. I don't know. I loved it. Overall, I love what ended up happening in the third act. I love the kills we got along the way. But any closing statements now, gentlemen, because we do got to wrap this bad boy up. Craven, I'll let you go first. Any closing statements or remarks, non-spoilery?
Yeah, just a couple, because this is general. I'm not saying anything specific, but there is a scene that comes in this movie where I lit up for joy for you. Because it's something that I've heard you say you've wanted to see happen in a Scream movie one day. So that's all I'm going to say. We talked about it before the stream went live, so you know the scene.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Jake's gonna love that. And then later in the movie, I'm like, oh, Jake's gonna hate that. So it was up and down. It was up and down. But my final comments for today. I'm gonna start with what I said when I first started. Go and see this, guys. Go and see it. Go make your own mind up. Watch the movie, then come back here on Monday at 4:30 Central, 5:30 Eastern, so we can all, as one of my old bosses from my old life used to say, throw up all over and let everybody we can just tell our spoilers. We can get our hands dirty, but it's a good movie overall. It's a very good movie. It's, in my opinion, better than Scream 5. I will give it that right now. So it has moved up to at least 5th place on my roster. And I'll have to watch it a few more times to say where the dust will settle. But it's worth your time, guys. And trust me, if you've been wanting to see something different in a Scream movie, I can't believe I'm saying it tonight, but Radio Silence did some different stuff, bro. They did it.
That's right. They did.
They did.
Yes, indeed.
You need to go. You guys need to get out there. Let's get this movie to over 40 million.
Yes.
This weekend. Let's get it up.
Go see it and go see it again.
That's right. I've bought 2 tickets for it. Let's just get it up, and as high as we can get it. And then Monday, just come Monday with your popcorn ready, because we're probably going to have a 2-hour show on Monday, throwing up all over this movie. And I know that's a disgusting reference, but it's better than the one I referred to earlier with the gentleman who left the movie theater.
A poopy Ghostface robe. It's never a good time.
Yes. Yes. Night. I know you're Night. I don't know if you heard it earlier, but all I'll say is this, and then I'm turning it over to Fate. Someone was at the theater when my niece went and saw it, who literally went poo-poo in their pants and had to leave the theater. That's all I'm going to say. Yes.
Oh no.
Yes. It was. Yes.
Oh man.
All right, Fate. You got it, buddy.
Real quickly, Fate, before we go to you, Vale is throwing $2 in there, and we greatly appreciate that again. Thank you so much, Vale.
Thank you, Vale.
Throwing out a hot take here, saying Sam greater than Sydney. Ooh, Sam was phenomenal. Just real quick to go off of that, I think I need another movie with Sam before I can say anything for certain. But I really like Sam. I will say that I really, really, really like Sam now. So I gotta see one. I gotta see one more movie before I can say that though, because Sydney is such a good arc. I don't know if it's better. I don't know if it's better.
Real quick, because it ties into this. I don't know about you guys, because this isn't a spoiler. I mean, we've known this from day one. I really felt that this was a movie that didn't need Sydney. I thought they did a really good job.
Yeah.
I don't think there was ever a moment in this movie where I was like, man, we really need Sydney Prescott, right? Like, I thought that this was a very, like, for her not to be in this film, I thought was fantastic.
I got an even hotter take. I don't think this movie would have worked with Sydney Prescott.
I agree 100%. I don't think that's a hot take at all. If you watch this movie, it doesn't make sense at all if Sydney's in it. You would have had to force her into this movie. Like, literally forced her.
It wouldn't work. It wouldn't have worked. And there's something else about it that I'm like, this is something that I wouldn't do, but I'm like, it makes sense why they did it. And once again, that's a spoiler, so I won't say. We'll talk about it off stream. But
and I'll say this: don't give up hope. Last thing, don't give up hope on Sydney back in 7, because
she could come back for 7.
Totally could.
Yeah, I wouldn't
without a doubt.
Yep.
Oh, just this movie though, I don't think they could have done it. Like, if they make a 7, they're gonna do something different again. That's not gonna be the same thing. And Sydney could fit into that story, whatever it will be. So, but Tyler though, let's actually, Vale, thanks for the $2 again. We appreciate it. Yeah. Tyler, give us your closing thoughts here.
Yeah. Again, without, obviously we'll be able to dive into it more on Monday, but in general, I thought it had its flaws, but I thought overall, Radio Silence did a great job. There was a couple elements about this film that I was disappointed in. I wish that they would have went different routes in, but we'll talk more about that on Monday. But I thought overall, everything that we were hoping this movie would be, in many ways it was. Right? I really do. I really thought that the settings were great. Like, some of the scenes were great. They had some iconic, memorable scenes that really just stick with you. Some great one-liners, some great, just memorable things, period. So I think it's a really enjoyable movie. So get out there, watch the movie if you haven't yet. You definitely got to go see it. Again, there's a big difference between criticism and hate. You know,
Yes.
Knight, you weren't here. If you go look at my I'm getting killed. I did a non-spoiler review, and I just said,
Yeah.
like, I didn't even say I hated the movie. I said I really liked the movie. It might be my second favorite in the franchise, but I said there was a lot of things I really didn't like, and people are losing their minds, man. It is incredible how many people are losing.
Wow.
I didn't even say what it was that I didn't like. I might have said that, and for all they know, I thought the movie was too short. They just run, they're losing their mind. But anyway, there's a difference between criticism. No movie is a perfect movie. Every movie's going to have flaws. Every movie's going to have its things. That doesn't mean that you can't enjoy the movie. You can enjoy a movie and still have things that you didn't like about it. But overall, I thought this was a very well done, well paced, well executed Scream film. I'm excited for Scream 7. I am. I'm looking forward to it, but we'll see. I got to see it a couple more times. Maybe some of my opinions will change as I get into it. But the stuff I don't like, I don't really see me changing my opinion on that. But some of the things, there is a couple things that I definitely want to like kind of take in again. But I really do like it. What about you, Knight?
Man, it was really well paced, and I thought that was great. Like it kind of hit the ground and it just went. One thing I really enjoyed too, I enjoyed the characters, and I won't get specific, but a couple characters that I just thought that they were more interesting, you know. The dynamic between the characters I thought was really good too. Like I was rooting for them, you know what I'm saying? I was on the edge of my seat several times throughout the movie. And this movie really did deliver something different. Like I said that a few times in the theater. I was like, it feels like a Scream movie, but it also feels like something that's fresh. Like it's going in a different, lane, so to speak. And that's what we wanted. We wanted that since we saw Scream 5. We wanted that for Scream 5. So I give them credit, man. They did a lot of great things in it. It's not perfect, but I had a blast. I had a blast. I want to see it again and absorb it some more. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It was good. It was good. Definitely good.
I'm really glad you liked it, and I once again can't wait to talk spoilers with all you guys on Monday. But yeah, I loved it. I loved this movie so much. I don't even know what else I can say. I just feel like I feel like I've been preaching on my soapbox for a year, saying like, why isn't the Scream franchise doing this? And they were right. Finally like, okay, Jake, fucking relax, dude. I don't know, man. I was so happy with this movie. Even though it does have flaws, it's things that are outweighed by the big leaps and bounds of some of the other things and risks that this one takes. So I don't know, man. I'm just in love with this movie. I can't wait to see it again tomorrow. I didn't have time today, unfortunately, but I am gonna go see a matinee showing of it tomorrow or something. I don't know. I can't wait to talk with all of you about it too at some point. So let's come on back here Monday. We'll talk some spoilers, and if you want to talk spoilers right now, I'm gonna go live here in a little bit. But I don't know if you guys are doing anything this weekend. Throw it out there if you are.
I might be doing something on Sunday. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but it's a lot to unpack. So talking spoilers is definitely going to be fun. There's a lot to unpack. So
a lot to unpack, man. I'm right. I'm actually in the part. I wasn't going to do this, but I'm actually decided to do it. I'm writing my spoiler-free review now to post tonight, and then I am going to post a spoiler review probably Monday. But I may go live tonight or this weekend. So stay tuned. I don't have anything specific planned. I can't give you a time, but just make sure you hit the bell notification on my channel so you get notified, so that I'll probably give like a 10-minute notice and just go. So, because I want to talk spoilers about it, and I don't want to wait till Monday. So I may be hitting up one of you guys on the collective and saying, hey, drag you in and let's go. So we'll stay tuned.
Absolutely. Good stuff. Fate, are you doing anything, man?
Nothing major. I'm debating if I was going to do my spoiler review on Monday, but I might do it sooner because I'm getting destroyed. So I might just want to get,
yourself.
I might just want to get my words out just so people understand my points. Because I really do think a lot of people are going to be like, oh, yeah, you're right. Because it's just like blatant stuff. But I don't know. We'll see in general. Like I said, it doesn't really bother me. I actually think it's funny. Like some of the comments are hilarious. Like they really are. But like I said, there are people that aren't like me. There are people that are, more sensitive, that take that stuff to heart, or
the internet is very tone deaf, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that's why
right?
if I express an opinion about a movie, I try not to do it on like something like Twitter or Instagram anymore. Like I still do it from time to time, but like if I do, like typically it's in my videos. So it's like, certain inflections in voices can mean one thing or the other. You know what I mean? You can say I like spaghetti, but if you say like I like spaghetti, it's like well, okay, well, holy crap. You wouldn't get that reaction from just I like spaghetti, So I mean, I think people are just taking it the wrong way. And I'm sorry about that, Tyler.
But it's all right. Like I said, I think it's hilarious. Some of them are just like some people are just like genuinely upset and are like, you suck. But some of them are like funny. They're like going these they just go on these like methodical rants of just how I'm like the devil. It's great.
The devil. You're the devil.
It makes it so funny. But anyway,
brutal.
Yeah, nothing major. One thing I wanted to ask you, Jake, you really have this as your favorite movie in the franchise?
Listen, like I said earlier, objectively, 1 is the best. Objectively, that's the most important movie. It is. It 100%, and it's a masterpiece. It's a wonderful horror movie. I love it. But this is my favorite. Like I knew it from the like. I'm pretty good. Like, I'll be honest. A year ago, I was pretty bad at that. I was pretty bad with the recency bias. I'll be so flat out honest with you guys. Terrible at that. I think I've gotten a little better at it now. I know when I really like something, when I really don't like something, or when I just like something a little bit. I can tell the difference between I liked it and I really liked this movie. This was like, I felt like a lot of my own personality. There was like a lot of things about it that I really enjoyed. I really loved things that I've been wishing for the franchise to do for such a long time. And that's why it's in my top spot. Just personal preference. Obviously, if we're talking about objectivity, if we're talking about influence on the horror on the horror space and the world of horror movies, 1 without it, like not even a question. The 1 blows 6 out of the water. Yeah, of course. But just my own personal preference, I think I like this one the most for adding in, gorier sequences. I think this is one of my favorite killers, if that makes sense. Hot take. I don't know, but I really enjoyed a lot of the things that this movie did. But all right, let's wrap this bad boy up because trust me, if I start talking, it's just not going to stop. So all the love to you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight, and thank you for all the support and super chats. Thank you again. We'll be back Monday talking spoilers. So if you don't, see it before Monday, so we can all talk about it in the stream. That would be great.
Yes.
Thanks for hanging out with us, and as always, the collective has spoken. Peace out.
Peace.